Hello everyone, welcome to Cipher Zero. This game I first learned about in the Thinky Direct, and then the developers reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to show off our game? And I said yeah, and here we are. So it's mouse and keyboard only, maybe just mouse. You can't see my cursor, okay. So let's play. This game is about raising a civilization from nothing, I believe. What are the puzzles like? I don't know. This symbol, it's Rain World! Looks cool. We got phases of the moon up there. Interesting to have in the sky. Lake. We've got to click on the worlds. Nice. Okay. So the tagline in the marketing email was, "Can you solve for X?" Which makes me think this is going to be a math game. I like math. At least the puzzle solving elements. Once you get past the numbers, numbers are a necessary evil. Did I win? Okay. That one was easy. I don't need a Mark Twain quote in the achievement. What has been with my brain lately? I feel like I'm going senile. Yes, I can win in 2 clicks. Is this not gonna work? It seems to work either way. I got an achievement for losing. Oh, is it one of these puzzles? One of these games? This is a 1. It's not a dot. It's saying how many squares are in this direction. Like this? Alright. Okay, nice and quick so far. If you haven't figured out the rule by now, hopefully you figure out the rule soon. Alright, first real puzzle. I may or may not have done quite a few of these in my market. Nice. Market several different colors. I may or may not have done quite a few of this type of puzzle in my life, just for fun. Okay, that has to be, which means not these. I can mark them as different colors. That's neat. This is the first one of this type of game that I have, we can't mark these off. The first of this type of game that I have, that should work. What about this? That should also work. Okay. I was in the middle of saying a sentence, hopefully you know how it ended because my brain has just been... Oh, there we go. I'm getting... what's it called? Alzheimer's. Maybe, since there are multiple solutions to these puzzles, maybe you can... Well, there's no achievement for solving a single puzzle multiple ways. I'm thinking maybe there are ways to... maybe the specific solutions play into broader puzzles, like bigger puzzles. What is this? Let's go back here. Okay, that's easy. Not that one. There we go. Wait, so we just had a train go by, right? Did a train come by? Is this the last puzzle of the world? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's 3 here. That's already accounted for. This we can have as many as we need. Yay! World 1 down. I discovered a glyph? Huh. So maybe we'll have to, like, go back to certain puzzles and make certain shapes. I certainly hope there's a twist to it. World 2. Is something gonna be different here? Hey, different rule. Start, end. Okay. Is it that they have to be connected? Is it possible to win if it splits? Nope. Is it possible to do it like this? Nope. So it has to be on and it has to be connected and there cannot be any splits off from the path. That's what I'm getting so far. And then now we're combining. Nice. Okay. So we're gaining new rules and then we're gonna... I see how this is gonna go. Every world's gonna have a new rule. It's gonna get progressively more complicated. There's the twist. Now it's starting to feel a bit like The Witness. And also Taiji. Want to mention that one as well. Very good puzzle games. 3, 2. Will this work? It is one path, but there's a 4 square here. Nope. Alright. Wonder if there's a quick reset button. Alright. I don't imagine it can go past the end. Yeah. Oh, well, this one, of course. What if I press R? Nothing. This seems so far to be a mobile-friendly game. 2. There we go. There's the train. We built a train! There we go. Sometimes you can just see the pattern. This one might be a little tougher. Well, yeah, now you show me now. That seems right. Discovered another glyph. Maybe that's just from beating the world. Maybe it's not from the specific solution. Yeah, so there's an aesthetic going on here. So far, I don't know if there's really a story to go along with it. We have a new... We can separate it. That's what I'm getting here. As long as the rules are fulfilled, it's okay to separate it. No. There we go. I wonder how long this game is. I've been playing for 10 minutes, and already I'm in World 3. If there's 5 worlds, I'll just beat it in this one video. There we go. Every puzzle so far has had two things. So let's just assume that's the lesson of this world. This bar up here is weird every time you finish a puzzle. Okay, I think I gotta go down here. Oh, it's gotta be this way. And there. Yeah, watch this bar. It's huge. Now it's small again. That seems weird to me. 2, 2, 2, 2. I got this. Two, 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 two again. Easy. I can imagine this being a game I would play to kill time while reading an audiobook or listening to a podcast. Don't know if I want to do a full let's play of it. Maybe. 3, 3. Yay. Alright, now we're getting bigger. So we can't just go across here because we need 3 here. We need 1 here, so that won't work with this. That won't work with this either. So 3, you get 2 over here. That won't work here. Alright, so maybe we need to go past here. What if we go all around the outside? It's 2, 1, 1, 3, 2. Okay, 3 over here, 2 here, 2 here. That's how I'm going to start. That's how I'm going to end. That one looked like a glyph. Yay! What did we just make? Is that a radio dish? What is it? A leaf is floating above it. Or a feather? Next biome. And there's a train. Alright, we're developing the world! I think. This game is very liberal with its achievements. Let's go! We got wind towers in the background. Now they're upside down. Circle. Are we learning a whole new set of rules? This is what it would have been last time. It may be again. Let's try and see this. Yeah, but what if we only did 1? Nope. I bet that means it has to be right next to it then. Which means I bet this is going to be the solution for this, because it's got 1 next to it. This one has 1 next to it. But if we did this, it would not work. Yep. Just 1 of these then. Alright. I see this. I like this game. I do like this game. Oh, I was like, what's new? There's a dot here. Hard to see, so we gotta go like 1 to 2. Can't be these 2, because then we'd have to put something down here and that would mess up. No, that'll be fine. Alright, 1 of these 2, not these. Which means this one and this one. That one, and we're done. I've also done like mouse and grid puzzles basically every day for like 10 years. Because I have a site that randomly generates huge grids. And maybe I'll link it in the description if I remember. But like, this type of it's just this type of puzzle, randomly generated infinitely. So that's where I usually go when listening to audiobooks and podcasts. Okay, has to be one of these, so not that one. Which means these two. There we go. No! There we go. This one doesn't break anything. Yeah, so if it seems, I mean, maybe this is normal. Maybe everybody flies through it this fast. But if it seems like I'm just flying through all these puzzles, it's because I have I have tens of thousands of hours doing puzzles just like this. Not with these exact rules, but, you know. What happens if you click and hold? There we go. It does nothing. Something about the animations and the effects, like up here and this thing down here, they seem a little weird to me. Almost. Alright, cannot be these two, but maybe it can be one of them? This, or like this. This. There we go. Alright. A dot glyph. Yes, it looked very much like a dot. Oh, it used dots. I see. Continuing forth! We got some farmhouses in the background. Train. Oh. Right. My mouse can go onto my other monitor. Okay, so I just realized that when I clicked off, I accidentally switched something on OBS, and so the entire world didn't get recorded. The only thing that happened here is that now we're doing 2 dots instead of 1. So, yeah, 2 dots, that means there's gotta be 2 things by them. Can I just quickly go over here? Yeah. So it got to be some tough stuff, like there's 3 and 2, and like there's no easy way to start this. Like you have to combine 2 things to find the first logical step. Like this 3 and this 1, you know that it can't be these 2, so it's gotta start with these 2. And I don't know any way to reset the puzzles without restarting the game, which I could have because I've only been playing 20 minutes. But I figured we might as well just move on. So let's just go on. I think the dot, I'm guessing the dot means it has to be next to it, not on it. There we go. So the rule is consistent with how it was before. We're just switching it up a little bit. There has to be 1 next to each of them. So this teaches you that it doesn't have to, like, having 1 on it doesn't count as wrong. Yeah, I don't know if I said this before the blackout or during. But if it seems like I'm just flying through all these puzzles, I have like... Oh, that's right. I do have like 10, like 15, how many years? Like 15 almost years of just like daily doing grid puzzles like this because I use a website that randomly generates grid puzzles with the mouse infinitely. And so I do that when I'm listening to... Oh, that's not right. There we go. Listening to audiobooks or podcasts. And if I remember, I will link it in the description. It can't be these 2, so there's got to be 1 there. think that works. Nope. There? I didn't think of that at first because this 2 dots was here, but you know, switching that doesn't affect the 2 dots, it only affects the other stuff. One here. Be like this and these. Hey, hey. 3. It can't be these 2 because of that, so it has to be these 2. Could be here, not there, here, no. Here and here? No. Okay. That would fix this one. That fix everything? No. Does that fix everything? Yeah, it just seems weird because one of these is on while the other's off. But that doesn't matter, it only matters what's next to each one. There we go, end! No. Does that work? No. Does that work? No. Does that work? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. There we go. Now it's starting to dig into my brain power. That fixes those. That fixes that one. And then 2 up here. Nope. So if I do these 2, will that work at all? I mean, this can't, this can't. This one is... These 3 dots are good. This is good. This is good, so that would have to be these 2. That works. Waha! This has to work for this one to work. That has to be true for this one. This one's already done. There. Alright. Last puzzle of the zone. Okay, so it has to be only one of these. Or none. Does this work? Does that... Wait, does that actually work? Does that solve everything? 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 3. It does. I was like, it has to be either one of those 2 at the bottom or none. So I'm like, okay, what if it's none? And then that was just the solution. Guys, oh no, never mind. I'm actually just that smart. Forget everything I said. I am as smart as I look. So this has to be true, which means this has to be true, because that has to be part of the path, and it can't be that one because it has. There can't be any 4 squares or branches. Easy. One, 2, 1, 2. That almost works. So it can't be like this. That one's right. And then not that one, which means this one and this one. It can't go over here, so it does have to go this way. Does that work? Why did I think it didn't work? Did I try something different at first? Or did I just not look? Not pay attention? Saw that immediately. Ooh. Haha. Hmm. So it can't be both of these, so it has to be both of these. There we go. These diamond ones, it's like, oh, you start at one and then you do what you have to. So it can't go through there because then it'd have to go there. So we mark that. These are each 3. So, like this? No, yeah. I was like, that's 4, but no. There's the one. This one is blank for that one, and this one's blank for that one. All right. Oh, no, not that. This and this. Aye. That won't work because of this. We go over here. Take those off. Hey! Well, it's not going to be that simple, is it? How about like this? Nope. How about like that? You don't have to combine this with the other stuff. Let's try like that. Nope. Let's try like that. Okay. 4. That means these all have to be. I think that works. That one's a 3. Yeah. I think that'll work. Yeah. This one's tougher. So it can't be these two, so it has to be these two. We don't have to start from the diamonds, we can start from any logical position. So what if we go like right here and then like this way? Then we can't get these two. I think that works. There's one gray next to all the 3s. Yeah! That one didn't count as a glyph. Or maybe I just didn't get the achievement yet. Let's go! I still got quite a few puzzles in me. They give you achievements for arriving rather than exiting. I guess that's fine. Right? I mean, it still counts as completion, right? But then, it's like a little welcome message. What have we got in this world? We've got now some telescopes. Observatories back there. Oh, and like a little language. And then over here, if you get to the end, it's like dark. It's like, here's the present, and the future is unknown. Perhaps. One interpretation. Don't know about why everything's upside down. Maybe it's just an aesthetic choice. Hey, now we have big tiles. I like this game. I think I might just go with it. I was like, yeah, that should work too, right? Does this not work? Ah. There we go. That'll work then. It's number of units. And it's not even just rectangles. Oh, I'm starting to like this game. Took a while to ramp up. But it's getting there. And by a while, I mean 30 minutes. So this has to be there, which means it can't be this one, which means it has to be those two, which means we're done. Alright. It has to be one of these two. One of these four. I think that does it. Alright. That's called a cluster tile, as the achievement says. What was that? Right here. This rock glowed red. Train's coming by. Oh. Okay. So then the dot must mean tiles, not units. Alright. So the dashes mean units, the dots mean tiles. So if I do these two, that's wrong. So this one and that one. So a little bit of memorization going on here. You know, one of the reasons why I chose physics as a field of study is because you can know so much by memorizing so little, right? Like if you know Newtonian physics, you can solve all the force problems in the world. If you know Hamiltonian physics, you basically understand anything that moves in the entire universe with just one theory. If we do this and that, then we should be good. Nope. Maybe that. Nope. Just kind of undoing them until something falls out. Not that one. There? Hey, I don't seem to be losing scores when I get wrong answers, so... Alright, and then the dots on the things. That ought to do it. Okay. Okay. This is actually a new rule. Because these two dots, it's the object next to their object. So that's a new, like, special case to memorize. Because these tiles are not next to these two dots. So if the two dots are on a tile, then the tile itself marks what counts as next to the dots. That is a puzzle design choice. Oh, this is the first of this kind of puzzle, I think, where memorizing edge case rules is actually gonna matter. Right, like when you're taking a physics class, you don't have to memorize elevator problems and pulley problems and crane problems and box on a slope problems independently. You only have to learn how to do free body diagrams and the force process, Newton's second law. You can do all the force problem. And so whenever I'm a physics tutor and a physics professor now. Whenever I have a student who's like, oh, I saw we did an elevator problem in class and they used this equation. I'm like, no, don't memorize that. That's a special case for this type of problem. It's not worth memorizing. Memorize the process for solving force problems. Whereas with this game, this is a special case. Unless there's a pattern I'm not thinking of. There's triforces on the background. Or maybe it's fractals. They're building up to fractals. So unless there's another way of looking at this rule that I haven't seen yet, this seems to be a special edge, an edge case to memorize. You have to memorize that when the dots are on a tile, the boundaries of the tile, or what's next to the tile, is what matters, not what's next to the dots. Okay, so 2 next to this tile, 1 next to this tile, 1 next, that has to be a 1. This cannot be, so that... Oh, and that one. Three next to this tile, 1 next to this tile, 1 next to this tile. It can't be that, because these would have to not be. So if it's not this, then this one, and this one? Nope. Oh, there we go. So one way that it might be confusing to view it this way, because we have to like think about like what is next to what based on visual, which I guess we're good at doing as human beings. But to see the logic of it, we might abstract these tiles away as nodes, and then each of those nodes have a line connecting to the other node. That would be another way of representing it, where you can easily see which tiles are next to which ones. But that might get tough because we'd have to look at a whole entangled web of nodes, which can get tough to look at. So there's 4 next to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whew. Only 1 next to this one. So... Oh, this is not next to that one. One of these two. So if this is 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Fine with that one. This one does not work unless we do this. Nope. So did we figure out that these 3 had to be? Yeah. So, right, that one's not. And then this one? Hey! That's a lot. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. But it has to be only one of this one and that one. And it can't be this one. There we are. So, if this is true, then that works. 1, 2, 3. Then that one. Haha! 5, but then there's a lot of tiles around here. This one is 2. Does this work? Squares with this, and this, and this, and this. Which would mean these do not work. Alright, so 2, that would mean it has to be here. Not that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that doesn't work. Right, we got that just from turning the middle one on, right? The middle one has to be off, which means this one and this one, this one and this one. Those two. This one. Ah. There we go. Like, you think everything is accounted for by this and the outsides, but then there's this square which only attaches to that, only affects that one. Okay, it's starting to get to be a challenge. We got 3, which means either this and 2 others, or the outsides. Let's try the outsides. That would mean these 2. And these. Not that one. Nope. Contradiction already. There can't be 2 here. So if we look at this, we know it can't be both of these, so it has to be that one and that one. Alright. Can't be that one. Which means it has to be one of these. Can only be one of these. It can't be both of these. Alright, we should look for 1 dot catty corner to 3 dots. Alright, what next? Does this affect anything? Only this. How about this? Only this. Nope, also this. So this affects both of these, actually. This affects this and that. This affects a lot. This can't be, because this one has to be for one of these. One of these. One of these 3. 2 of these. One of these. One of these 2, which means one of these 2. So, this one fills up the 3. This one affects the 2. One of these. This one only affects the 3. Actually, mark this a different color because it only affects one thing. Alright, these lighter tiles affect only one thing. The purple means off, for sure. This only affects this one. No, that's not true. It affects this as well. Maybe I should just start trying things. So, I mean, if we start somewhere, it's going to cascade throughout the whole board. And we also don't know that there's only one solution. There might be more than one. Let's try that. Yellow means provisional. So undo all the yellows, if I'm not sure. This has to be 3, which means this one, well, and this one. Did we do it? One step at a time. Is that another Mark Twain quote? I didn't read the full quote. I didn't see the full quote because the little pop-up wasn't big enough for the whole thing. Maybe it was for taking a long time. Oh, can I now do 2? No. Okay, that's weird. Why does this work? If I did it like that, would it work? Okay, if I have both of these off... What's going on here? I'm not sure I understand this one. Does it mean there has to be one path? And it doesn't matter which of these it has in it? This is gonna be wrong, right? Yeah. Then this is gonna be right. So this one has to be off. If we have a path, then the remaining thing has to be off. And it can't be well, if it's off, it's not connected. Like does it have to be connected here? Or can it be like, if it was like up here, could it be isolated? And the blank not connected to the blank that's connected to here? So that squares with my understanding so far. This would have to go over here. Two and 2, but this won't work, right? So that'll work. Three and 3, which means probably means we have to go up here and skip that. Will that work? Now another question, do these have to be separate from each other, or could there be another blank tile here? I guess we're gonna find out. One, which means I can't go that way. How about this? There we go. All right, 3, 3, 2. So that won't work. Okay, assuming this is not the one we end on, it can't be there. Well, then it must be the one we end on, right? Because then we can't make a path. Well, no, we could do that one, that path. Nope, almost. There we go. I imagine we need 2 paths now, right? Yeah. That makes sense. 3 here. No. Alright. There we are. Almost. There, that should do it. And I imagine the two paths can't touch each other. Can we... Not seeing it so fast. Obviously this one has to attach here and this one has to attach here. So... And this I mean, this won't work, right? Yeah. That won't work either, right? So... Will that do it? There we go. Okay, this is the obvious three. Is that just it? Okay, sometimes the obvious thing is part of the answer. That solves that one, that has to be there. Got it. Obviously, it's just that, right? This one could go here. I think that's it. Obviously, just do this. No. So that's a 4, which means these 4 have to be. That's not gonna work. This cannot be. So it has to go here. That can't be. Has to go here. These cannot be. There we go, I see it. That looks like a symbol. Alright, 2 grids, but then this has to go all the way here, this has to go all the way here. That's obvious. Start with what we know must be. And then these must go straight across somewhere. I'm guessing right here. Let's try that. Uh-oh. Alright, I confused myself. Okay, so this column is taken care of. This one is available. What if I do that? I can hit here and here and here without messing anything up. Now this one's taken care of. Alright, that should do it. Alright. Okay, and are we getting one more subworld per world, or will this be the last subworld in this world? I'm getting a little tired, about ready to sign off for the night. Does it have to go? Okay, time to find out if we can do it like this. Science! Alright. So it has to be... oh, that's not quite right. The path has to be a singular path. Makes sense? So it can't be down here, because that would ruin this. It can't go through here, because then it have to be on the other side, so it's gotta go here. There we are. This one is quite easy. Nice! Watch till they start adding in more elements. Could be this one. Nope. Looking ahead. Alright, this world is nice and simple on the brain. I think there might be fewer or more levels per world now. This has to have 3 next to it, 4 next to it. Wow. There's that. What about going through it? Probably not. Because then we'd have to get one of these. Let's go around it. Can't be both of these, so it has to be that one. Means it has to be these two. Can't be that one. Alright. This one's a bit of a head scratcher. Especially since I'm starting to get tired. Let's mark these as known. Just kind of guessing right now. Did that do it? Did I win? Oh. No, I didn't. Something about this path doesn't work. Right here is the problem. So if I take that away, these will not work. And then I switch. That doesn't do it. Does that do it? Alright. Just had to realize this one doesn't have to be part of it. Start, end. This one can't be it. Neither can these. This one cannot, because then these would... it would have to be one of these. And there's 3 here, which it has to be these 3. This doesn't have to be part of the path. I think that works. Alright. Then not these, or these, or these. There we go. What's different now? Still can't be these, or that one, or these. This could be though, so it probably is. Alright, I know the language of puzzle games. Put something in a puzzle and it's probably part of the solution. Alright, now these 3 are blank. So one of these 2. So this has a 3. So it has to be one of these, not these. Assuming this is part of the path. Alright. Okay. So it can't be these three, because then it would have to be these as well, and that can't make the path. So this has to be, which means not these, which means these. And then could it just, no. It could go this way. That might be it. Aha! Now the question is, am I actually tired, or am I just tired of sitting in one place for so long? Alright, this will work with that. So I'm guessing this is probably part of the solution. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gotta be all of them. No, that doesn't make any sense. One of these two. It has to be this one. But it can't go both of these ways. Okay. If I do this. I think that works. Alright. Okay. A few more challenge puzzles and then I can call it a day. This game is really fun. I've been playing over an hour, so getting tired. As I've said a bunch of times already. So it can only be one of these, which means it can't be this one. And if it's one of these, it has to be two of them. Which means there's only one of these squares left over it could be. This one cannot be because it has to be one of these. It can't go through here. So it can't go that way. That doesn't mean this one can't be done, it just means this path can't go through there. So it starts by doing this. Alright. How do we logic this out? I imagine these corners might be part of it. Oh, this is a tough one. It is not symmetrical. There is a one dot here. That means it might matter which way we go down here. If I do this, then I can only attach to two sides. There we go. So odd numbered dot tiles cannot be part of the chain. Alright, we know that cannot be part of the chain. I'm guessing we probably go through here. Let's try this. Alright. Then what is not working? This is not working. So that's not it. So what if we go around here? Now it's working. 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, single chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That should do it. Alrighty! Okay. Getting to be challenged. So this is taken care of. It can't be any of those. It's gotta go this way. That's an odd numbered one. That's an odd numbered one. It's gotta be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. What if we don't go this way? Oh yeah, then we can just tile as many of these as we need. Okay, this has to be 2, which means it's gotta be that one. So, likely not going through here. I mean, there's this whole rest of the grid. Can we solve any of these, all these others without attaching to here is the question. So this is accounted for, this is accounted for, this would be accounted for. This one needs 4 next to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. So yeah, to get this 4, we have to go like this. That's accounted for. This is accounted for. Can't go there. Gotta go around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's accounted for. There we go. Heck yeah. Can't be there. Gotta be there. Can't be there. Just assume we're not turning those on, because they don't affect anything else except this chain, which means either the chain goes next to them, in which case they can't be turned on, or the chain goes somewhere else and there's multiple solutions based on whether you turn them on or off, which would be kind of silly puzzle design. So I'm gonna guess that we want to go around in circles. How's that? Ha ha ha! Alright, I know I said I'm tired, but do I want to keep going another world? Nah. Hello? Hello? I didn't beat the whole game, did I? I didn't get an achievement. There's no... Oh. What's this? Oh, it's just the next zone. Okay. Welcome to the road. Alright, I think that is going to be all that I'm going to play for this first look. It is fun, so I will probably end up playing a bit more, even if it's on my own time. If you would really like to see me play this on channel, let me know. I would be happy to continue this playthrough, but it's not something that I'm like, oh, I have to play a playthrough. So, you know, when it's either or, it depends on how popular the video is. So let me know. I got an achievement for doing nothing? Yeah, so let me know if you want to see the rest of the series. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Chris. Subscribe if you want to see me play more puzzle games. I'm playing LIGO right now. It's super duper fun. I'm going to be playing Bonfire Peaks Lost Memories soon. And other puzzle games as well, Mist Likes and other games that are not puzzle games. So if any of that interests you, feel free to subscribe and welcome. That's it for this video. I will see you next time. Bye!